First, we'll start with list, which is the first collection. Here we have given you an example of what a list in Python looks like. A list is a collection of items in a sequence. A list can include letters, numbers, names, etc. It can include strings. As you see in the example, we have included a letter, a number, strings, names, and the last element, which is also a string. You must remember that the strings are enclosed in between single quotes or double quotes, whereas the numbers don't require to be enclosed in between them. A list may contain anything and it does not need any similarity between the items. As I said, a list can contain a number, a string in one place. You don't need different lists to store different data types in it. A list may contain one or more items. You can store n numbers of items as much as you need in a list. A list in Python is very similar to arrays in other programming language. If you have some basic idea about C or C++, then you might be knowing what arrays are. So the lists in Python are very much similar to arrays in C or C++. You can think of list as an indexed collection of objects with each slot in the list numbered from 0 and upwards. For example, you have stored 5 elements inside a list. So it will be indexed starting from 0. The first element will hold the position 0, the second will hold the position 1, and so on. So if there are 5 elements inside the list, the fifth element will hold the position 4. List in Python can grow and shrink on demand. You can change a list anytime by adding, deleting, or changing objects. For example, you started your program with including 5 elements inside a list, and somewhere in your program you wish to increase or decrease the number of elements inside the list. So Python allows you to do it very easily. We'll be letting you know how you can do that in other chapters. So speaking about the syntax of list in Python, the list is enclosed in between square brackets and every element of the list is separated with the help of commas. Let me give you an example of what a list in Python looks like. For that, we'll be taking 5 names as elements. Those are Tom, Harry, Ron, Ronnie, and Tony. I know those are funny names. Now we want to store these 5 names as objects in a list, and for that we'll have to assign a variable to store a list. Let's say we take the variable as names. Now, as you can see in the diagram, the first element, Tom, has been assigned the index 0. The second element holds the position 1. The third element, Ron, holds the position 2. The fourth element, Ronnie, holds the position 3. And the fifth element, which is the last one, holds the position 4. You are free to include as many elements inside a list as you want. For example, if you say there are 9 elements in your list, the 9th element will hold the 8th position.